Well, normally I don't do this many updates on the market, but we got a situation unfolding here, and I want to explain to everyone what exactly is going on. So here's the thing. Let me get the charts up here. I'm going to pull them up in a second and try to show you exactly what's happening. For you people who are in the stock market and wonder what's going on, why everything's a mess, you're going to find out right now. Here's the thing. Let's look at the bond market first off. Let's start the charts here. And what we see is we see the yields on the bonds falling. So the U.S. 10-year now is at 2.68%, and it was at 2.83% when this trouble started in the markets. They're piling into bonds. Now, the fear is just beginning tonight. Let's switch over here to the to gold and silver. And what we see here is we see silver's up 17 cents. We see this spike upwards right here. I'll focus on it myopically so we can see the spike upward right here. This is when the fear started to enter the market. Now, it's not a lot of fear yet. It's just beginning. The fear is just beginning. But that's when it began right there, starting. The fear starting in silver. And it's, well, a little bit earlier today. It was starting a little bit earlier today. If we switch over here earlier in the day, see the green line? A little bit of fear starting in there, but then it dropped off a little bit, but now it's back. The fear is starting to enter the market. Now, I think this is premature yet. I don't think this fear is going to last in the marketplace. Because I think that this rout in the markets is almost over. I think that what's going to happen is come not tomorrow. I think it might continue tomorrow, and there might be a little bit more fear generated tomorrow. Because if we take a look here at the futures prices, we're down 570 points right now, and that might carry over into tomorrow. We might drop another 1,000 points in the markets tomorrow, which will generate fear, but ultimately I think the following day or so we're going to get the bounce back. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to have a bounce back, and we're going to have a rally in the markets after this is over. And I think that the markets are going to rally, and what's going to happen is when the markets start to rally, the shift is going to occur back into the bonds again. I think toward the end in March, I think they are going to still raise raise the interest rate in March, around March 20th, the Federal Reserve. And I think they're also going to go forward with increasing their bond selling, selling their toxic balance book, not rolling the bonds over. And they're going to increase this effect that's caused this to begin with. So what I think is going to happen is, right now, I think we're going to see a bottom in the bond price. Where's the bond price again? I had it here. What did I do with it? Excuse me for a second here while I find the bond price. Whoop. Here it is right here. Okay, so I think we're going to see a bottom in the bond price of the 10-year, probably around 2.5, 2.6% is going to be a bottom, and the stock market is going to fall until that reaches a bottom. And then what's going to happen? The stock market's going to start to rally back up. And as it does, then this bond price is going to start to climb again. Back up, maybe it'll go down as low as 2.5, but then it'll start to climb back up to 2.6, 2.7, 2.8. And it's going to climb up higher than it did this time. It's going to go past 2.83. That's where it caused the trouble this time. Next time it's going to go up to 3. It's going to go up to maybe 3.15 on the 10-year. That is when we're going to get the big one. That's when we're going to get the big one. When they raise interest rates next time, and they come in and the Fed, it's all down to the Fed. When they raise interest rates next time and they go and they increase the amount of what they're selling in their toxic balance book. Look, if this is the initial phase of them selling their toxic balance book, and it's caused this damage, they're going to increase it because this is going to settle back down again. What we have going on here. This is what I'm predicting. Later this week, that later, about Wednesday or Thursday, this is going to settle back down again. The markets are going to rally. The Fed's going to pretend like nothing ever happened. The market's going to rally back up again. The Fed's going to go, whew, the Fed's going to say, right? Everybody else is going to go, whew, like that. And the Fed's going to continue on the path that they've charted for themselves. They're going to ignore this, what's happening right now. This is what I think is going to happen. But I think a month or two down the road, when the Fed increases the interest rate, 25 basis points, probably in March, and also that when they increase the amount of toxic sales of their balance book, then we're going to see the U.S. 10-year creep up to around 3%, 3.25%, and then the big one's going to hit. If you think this stock market crash was something, you haven't seen nothing yet to when the big one hits. That's going to be the big one. And cryptocurrency is probably going to bounce back with the stock market this time. But when the big one hits, you're going to see the bottom drop out of cryptocurrency. What this should show you, what we've just had happen. Now, if we take a look at the gold and silver price, we see the rally, and the fear rally. This shows what they're going to do. We can see several times today the fear made a small rally in gold and silver. This is probably a rally that they couldn't stop because they're probably suppressing the price right here, and it's going up anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you got that. You got the dollar that went up today. So these things that I say are going to go up. You're going to see that the dollar is going to maintain strength. Gold and silver is going to maintain strength next time around when this occurs. So you can see what's going to happen, right? And what happened with cryptocurrencies this time around when this hit? Well, they sunk. You know, nothing less than sunk. So we're starting. It's starting to paint a picture for us, isn't it? It's starting to give us an idea of what it's going to do for next time, so that we can see. We go here and we take a look at Bitcoin Wisdom, and take a look at the cryptocurrency. Look at what it's done to the cryptocurrency today, right? And probably tomorrow too. But cryptocurrency, I believe, is going to recover. So actually, probably a good buying in price would probably be like after the stock market crash quits, probably about Wednesday. It's going to be down, I don't know, maybe $5,000 for a Bitcoin. It might be a good place to purchase in because we're going to see a rally when the stock market rallies. Right? We're going to see a rally. And the thing about it is then you're going to see bond yields starting the yields starting to rise again on the bonds, especially on a 10-year. It's going to head back up to 3%, 3.25%, while these other markets rally. But next time around, it's coming. Probably the big one, starting to look to me now like the big one's going to come around March or April. And it's going to dwarf this one. You think this one was big with a 1,200 point drop in one day? You haven't seen nothing yet. You're probably going to see 4 days in a row like that. 5 days in a row like that coming up. And you're just going to see it kill Bitcoin. I mean, this is going to kill Bitcoin when that happens. And we're going to see deflation. We're going to see it swing to deflation, and the Fed is going to be wetting themselves. What else can I say? They're going to be wetting themselves. Everybody's going to be wetting themselves when this thing hits. What's coming? And so just watch. Watch now that the pressure's been taken off the bond market, right? You see? Right here, the pressure's come off. It's back down to 2.67, right, on the U.S. 10-year, and it was 2.83. It's taken some of the pressure off. Tomorrow it'll take more pressure off as they pile in, and they pile out of stocks. Probably till about Wednesday, it'll take more pressure off. Once the pressure's relieved somewhat, watch the whole thing change back again. Watch the stocks rally. Watch the bond yields start to rise again, which means bonds will start falling again, right? Now, bonds are rising tonight, but you watch them fall again when this thing comes. That's what's going to happen. This is the way I see it happening. So I think we got one more day of stock market blues, the stock market falling. Then I think we're in for a rally, probably Wednesday. I'm expecting a rally probably on Wednesday. How low will the stock market go? I think she's going to go down probably about 800 points tomorrow, or 500 points, something like that. Maybe not quite as much as it went down today. And then Wednesday, we're probably going to see the rally. And the U.S. 10-year Wednesday will probably be around 2.5%, 2.53, 2.55, something like that. And then we're going to see a reversal. When you see the stock market rally, probably on Wednesday or Thursday, then you're going to see a reversal and back in these bonds. These bonds will start crashing again. And this next time, the bonds are going to crash all the way up to 3% on the U.S. 10-year before we run into trouble. Somewhere between 3% and 3.25%. Then when the next trouble comes, it's going to be much bigger than this time. It's going to be a much bigger shock, a much bigger earthquake. But see, this one is what we've just experienced is the pre-shock, the pre-earthquake for the volcano blowing up. And, you know, this should be a warning. When you get the earthquake and you see the volcano rumbling and you get the earthquake, it should be a warning for everybody to clear out. This is it. The big one's coming. Then the volcano settles down for a few weeks, and everybody says, oh, it's nothing, it was nothing, it was just a little earthquake or whatever. Everything's calm now, everything's good, the volcano's quiet. And then the volcano blows. Unexpectedly, the whole thing blows. That's what this is. This is your rumbling. This is your warning. Probably by Wednesday, the markets will all turn back around again, the stock market. So will Bitcoin. I'm going to predict Bitcoin will too, and Bitcoin's going to make a bottom, and it's going to turn around and go back up again. These people out there that are all just sitting there that love the cryptocurrency rally, and they're all just sitting there so sad tonight. Come Wednesday, they're all going to be, or Thursday, they're all going to be bouncing with joy when they see Bitcoin shoot back up again. You could make a bit of money off of this rally, but well, I want to warn you, when this thing comes back in about 2 months from now, it's going to take Bitcoin out. And so if you play this rally, you better get out before it takes Bitcoin out, because you're going to see it snuff the price of Bitcoin. I mean, you're going to see this is going to be rough. And that's what we got coming, but it's not going to snuff the price of silver, because you can see here, as I'm showing you, you can see that when the fear hits, they don't run to Bitcoin. They run to silver and they run to gold. This is what they do. There's the silver and here's the gold. You see the fear rally here? Just in the last few hours, when we see the futures, when we see the futures drop 574 points tonight, the fear's starting to hit, right? You see where they rally into gold and silver, more so than even the dollar. It's surprising, but the dollar's held its own today. Whereas all these other things have fell. But the gold, just like I said, gold, silver, and the dollar are rallying when this problem hits. This problem's going to be coming back, and I'm thinking about 2 months. But next time it comes back, it's going to mean business. It's going to be the big crash. It's going to be the big one. This is the warning. This is the warning crash. Not really a crash, but more of a correction. More of a very steep correction. But this is the warning. That's all this is the warning. You've never seen nothing like the real crash that's coming. So that's what I think is playing out here. I mean, okay. I could be wrong. Maybe this is the real crash. This is a possibility. I'm going to give it odds. You know, I always give things odds. Remember, I gave Bitcoin a 60-40 odds, 60% chance of going up and 40% chance of going down. Well, it took the 40% chance. This time I'm going to give this odds. I'm going to give by Wednesday this is over, I'm going to give that a 60% chance. And that this is the big crash and it's going to continue about a 40% chance. Okay? So listen, thank you guys for listening. I hope this gives you an insight on what I think is going to happen very soon. And we'll catch you in the next show. Bye.